brings out the spooky in all of us, even the volunteers. But this week, we're not just making over a house, we're making over a haunted house. Right, guys? And the renovation starts right now. Smells like somebody could use a shower. Okay, so Michael, Paige, Johnny, it's almost Halloween, right? So, well, we've got something we're doing a little bit different. I'd like you to meet Ed Roberts. Now, he is a dorm counselor at the School for the Deaf in Salem, Oregon, which is where we're headed right now. But he's also created this thing called the Nightmare Factory, which is a haunted house that raises a lot of money every year. In fact, it's the one thing that keeps the school afloat, right?
Well, it brings in about 9,000 people, $10 a person. It funds reading programs, math programs. We've purchased computers.
Wow.
All through a haunted house.
It's incredible. Yeah. Do me a favor. Take a look at this and you'll see why we're here.
My name is Charlotte Jones. I'm the Educational Support Supervisor and Outreach Coordinator for Oregon School for the Deaf.
We are the only state school in Oregon for the deaf and hard of hearing population.
The kid comes here feeling isolated, withdrawn, not sure where they fit. Here they have an opportunity.
About half of our students are dormitory students, so they're residential. The students really connect to being here as their second home, really.
I had a hard time in mainstream hearing school. Here, they had a social life. Deaf people understood what everyone was saying. It felt good.
When I went to mainstream school, I tried to join 8th grade football and track, but it was impossible. I couldn't communicate with the coach. When I came here to OSD, I joined football, track, and basketball. It was very easy to understand because my coach was deaf. It was great.
Ever since I came here, I had a better educational success, and I have more good self-esteem. I felt a lot better. School is like a medicine to me.
Because of the state of the economy all over the U.S., it hit Oregon especially hard, I think. But we're making do with the resources we have to provide a good education and the little extras we work hard to fundraise for. Our fundraising efforts are amazing. We have a haunted house on campus.
Welcome to the Nightmare Factory itself. We have found some of the top fears people have, and we plan on that. The students are involved in the painting of the walls, the decorating, and then when we're open, they're involved in the operation of the haunted house.
I make people so scared. I move really quickly around them and I scare people well.
The kids get so much out of this, but the buildings are quite old and they need some help. The dorms were built in the 1950s. They came from blueprints for a prison. Underneath the boys' dorm is where Nightmare Factory happens. The state came and did a study and deemed it unsafe for habitable use because it's seismically unsafe. So no boys stay in this section of the dorm. We had to close 12 rooms, so at least 40 kids could be housed there that cannot. I worry that this building, it's like a ticking time bomb. If it's uninhabitable, we can't run the haunted house downstairs in the basement.
The Nightmare Factory provides us with the funds that we need to keep programs going. Without Nightmare Factory, you will lose the school as a whole.
We have to maintain this school. If this school closes, that's it. There is no other school for deaf people in Oregon.
Oregon School for the Blind closed last August. Sadly, the money was just not there. So that definitely shook us to our core because what we want for our students, we need a deaf school.
We are deaf kids. We can do big things. Please, ABC, come and help us.
Wow. Awesome, right?
Yeah, that's incredible.
They're so sweet.
Today is also the celebration of our 140th anniversary. Matter of fact, today we're celebrating that birthday with the 140th anniversary barbecue.
Well, how do you say let's do it in sign?
Let's do it.
Do it.
Well, here we go. You ready?
Ready.
Let's do it.
Excellent. So look, normally I grab the megaphone, crank it up to 11, and I can surprise a family. But it's not really going to work on this particular big family because they're deaf. So we had to be creative. It's all about visuals when you're dealing with the deaf. So we got a huge sign. I'm talking 40 feet by 100 feet, and yes, an airplane to pull it with. That's definitely going to give them a surprise.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome.
Thank you. Hello and welcome. I'd like to give a tribute to William Smith, the founding father of OSD. In 1870, he founded the Oregon School for the Deaf. We respect him and appreciate what? I don't know.
I was shocked. I mean, Extreme Makeover, all the magician was here. I couldn't believe it. I thought it was all a dream. I just wanted to punch myself and see if it was. It's really overwhelming.
Let me just make sure we have this right. Good morning, Oregon School for the Deaf.
They were so excited that we're here for them. And you can tell because they do their hands like this. That's applause, you know?
I know you guys have the Nightmare Factory. I know it does amazing things for you guys. It really sort of keeps the whole school afloat. But it sounds like it needs a little help. So this week, we're doing an Extreme Makeover Haunted House Edition. But maybe that's not all. We're also going to be building a brand new dorm for the boys.
The economy in the U.S., there is a downturn, and education has been hit very hard. That directly impacts our school as a state-run school. A lot of us were very sad last year when Oregon School for the Blind closed, and we realized that without the haunted house, it would not be pretty. And it means that the school will stay open.
I can tell that this is why they've told you seismically it's unsafe. Because the whole thing's just on pillars. Codes are not the same as they were back then. Yeah.
So this would be, what area is this?
This is the pre-show.
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 The haunted house allows these kids to get their hands dirty, get in and actually build this, create this. It allows them to act.
This is the makeup and costume room.
Someone gets ready in here. Lockers. These are pretty spooky. This funds things for books and uniforms and everything else to help the school run. And right now, that's in jeopardy. We've got to do the right things to make sure the school stays open and the haunted house is around for years to come.
Is this part of the haunted house?
You're getting ready to go.
Okay, this is backstage
This is
stuff.
all, yeah, and this is all dark. You walk, but on your own. You're on your own as you walk down this hall.
Your heart's racing.
People are yelling and screaming down there.
Turn back now!
You go
better action out of it.
What? Why does it scare you? Here, I'll hold your hand. I've got you.
I mean, look, it just freaks me out. Yes.
God.
This is the Nightmare Factory.
Pretty good. Pretty good. Not bad.
I mean, Halloween is such an awesome holiday. It's like, who came up with that? You know, let's have a holiday where you can scare people and everybody loves it. Awesome idea.
Now, you were at a regular school before, right? Was that hard?
Well, yes, sort of, because I was really made fun of all the time because of my culture, looks. I wasn't really happy there.
Looks?
Yeah.
I think you're very handsome.
But
You're as red as that shirt now. I'm just letting you know that. What's your favorite thing about going to school here?
Doing drama and working on the haunted house.
Well, I'm going to be working on the haunted house. You think you can scare me?
I think so.
We'll see. I don't scare easily.
Max, you love music, but can you hear anything at all?
Well, technically, no. But I do hear through, like, vibrations. Yeah, I can hear that kind of thing.
Right. Do you have some hearing?
Yes, I do.
Yeah?
I do have some hearing, and I use my hearing aids. They're kind of old, though. I think I've had them, 6 years, I think. The ear molds are cracked, and I think some of them are even broken.
If the opportunity came up where you could get new hearing aids, would you guys want to do that?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I would love to get new hearing aids.
This is the boys' dorm.
So it was designed in the 50s.
Yes.
On basically sort of an old prison layout.
Right, exactly.
I mean, that's the way the guards would look down the hallway, right?
Yep.
Wow.
So dark and closed off, and sign language, we need light.
Will you show us one of the rooms?
One of the rooms?
The room?
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, please.
Small. And normally, if we went to our friend's room, we would knock on the door.
Right.
How do you let each other know that you're at the door?
Well, what we do, if we want to go in a room, there's a light switch. We'll reach around and switch up their light, you know. Or just go in unannounced. That happened to me. I was just sleeping or taking a nap, and somebody came right in. I had no idea. I was scared to death. Like, who is this coming in my room?
Right now, it really does feel like you're in lockdown. It's lights out.
Yeah.
Okay, you know.
Right.
And that's probably not the most positive environment to learn in. So this week, we're building a new dorm for the Oregon School for the Deaf, and we're going to be actually rebuilding a haunted house. With budget cutbacks, it's really tough to keep a school like OSD going. That's why, you know, the haunted house is such a huge part of this, because in that 1 week out of the year, they raise enough money to keep the school going. If we push the envelope on this could be one of the greatest haunted houses ever. The guy who's leading the charge, I'm talking about Rich Duncan and his whole team from Rich Duncan Construction!
You know, it's just really a deep honor for us to come here and build something that was going to get the kids out of there and into something new and what they need to have. So.
Awesome, man. Okay, so students, there's someone here who's got some fantastic news. His name is Bill Austin, and he runs a foundation called the Starkey Hearing Foundation.
We're inviting all of these kids and family to get on a plane tomorrow morning. We're taking you to Minnesota, where the hearing aids are made. We're going to use the latest and best technology possible to make every person hear just as much as they possibly can.
We're going to really change some lives, because Bill Austin and those guys from the Starkey are literally taking the kids, their families, flying them up to Minnesota to put state-of-the-art hearing aids in so some of them can hear for the very first time in their life. It's going to be a big week. Well, it sounds like it's time to turn it up a notch. You guys ready?
Coming up.
What are you doing? I said that ladder, you bonehead.
Since it's Halloween and we're building a haunted house, we brought in an expert, somebody who knows a lot about horror. Rob Zombie is here!
There's nothing better than scaring people and seeing them scream right in front of you.
This could be one of the coolest things we've ever done.
You have stepped up to the plate twice, huh?
It's wild.
So you're going to help us with
two
this down
projects.
here.
Yeah, the dorm itself and the haunted house. I mean, it's huge.
I'll tell you what, once you help me get this cleaned up, I'm going to help create the scariest, most wild nightmare factory you could ever dream of.
We'll get it done for you.
The boys' dorm clearly doesn't work for these kids. It was built off plans for a prison, but it's a great location for a haunted house. So instead of demolishing the old dorm, we're going to build a brand new state-of-the-art dorm on an open field next door. And we're going to fix the seismic issues underneath the old dorm so we can keep the Nightmare Factory alive. People will be lining up for years to come and see it. Well, here's what I'm thinking. Since this is a school, making it like a school.
Right, like all of a sudden something's happened.
So every year in the haunted house, they manufacture different nightmares. Our nightmare this week is the school. Haunted school, ghoul school. Check out this bad boy.
We were so thrilled to be able to go to Minnesota. Many of our students hadn't been on a plane before in their lives.
I thought, it's just gonna be a regular plane. And then I found out it was a chartered plane. What? So I didn't have to worry about sitting next to a hearing person and being just in my own space. I could sign as much as I could across the aisle to other people. It was a lot of fun.
Hello, students. I hope you're sitting next to a friend, because you might need someone to grab when you hear the story I'm about to tell you. Right now, we're in the old prop room of the Nightmare Factory, but something happened to me last night that was so scary, I don't think I'll ever be the same. So this week, because there's no demolition, and since it's Halloween and we're building a haunted house, I figure why not treat the kids to a scary movie? The scary movie that's about their haunted house. It was late at night. I was here all by myself when I noticed something strange. I found a door that I had no idea was there. Something drew me to that door, and when I went through it, it led me to a dark, cold hallway. At the end of the hallway was a bright light. I could see the silhouette of a man in white. I followed the man in white into a room, and I couldn't believe what I saw.
Doctor, please help me. I've had nightmares for so long, and they say you're the only one that can help.
They extract nightmares from young ladies like yourself.
Where will all her nightmares go?
There's only one place for them to go. To my brain. Is it big enough?
Shout it, or I'll take the other hand off. Now start the machine.
This will only hurt a little bit.
It's done! They're finally gone! The nightmares are gone! Doctor, what's wrong?
Whoa! There's not enough room in my brain for all of these nightmares. I need a place for them. I could do it right here. This could be my own nightmare factory!
So the Nightmare Factory was born, and it was haunted with all the students' nightmares. And the doctor was never heard of again. But people say, sometimes late at night, in this very basement, you can still hear the doctor and his evil assistant lurking.
With a hammer for a hand! Nice work. It's coming together. Yeah. So here's what I'm thinking. When we fill this space, let's think about recycling stuff. Here at the school, they really sort of have that green initiative.
What's really cool about this boys' dorm is that it's eco-friendly all the way. So not only is it good for the environment, it's good on the school's pocketbook. We're gonna take recycled paper and plastic and wood and metal and put them inside the dorm rooms.
This is gonna be the paper room. This is the seat of the chair. That's the back. What do you think? I like it. Yeah?
This pipe and this chain I recycled from a local metal yard, and it's gonna be the leg for my desk. Now, I've already got one done. Just gotta build another one now. Be good to go.
All right, looks great, everybody. Except for you, man. Come on, you missed a spot right there. Obviously, I've been doing this for years. Can't teach an old dog new tricks. Oh my goodness.
That's never a good omen.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. There's two.
Oh, there's two of them. That's
This is
great.
awfully spooky.
Yeah.
We have some things for you.
So look, it's Halloween. It's the scariest time of year. And it gave me an idea to do something that's going to be spooky.
Do you want to see the interior?
Why not?
You have a couple time caskets. Wow. Do you want to see the interior?
Why not?
I definitely got you, though.
Ty pops up, scares us. I wasn't scared. I was maybe slightly frightened. Okay, so is that actually something I get to put in the haunted house?
Yes.
Well, wouldn't be Halloween without a couple of caskets, right?
What are you guys doing here?
We're putting in shear walls.
Okay.
So on each side, we put in a big brace panel. So those panels have rebar going each way and solid concrete. When we first looked at the haunted house, it was unsafe for the kids, and there was a real risk that authorities would come in and shut that down. We were able to pour concrete, put in the rebar, so the building is up to code.
We want the scare inside, not outside.
Exactly.
Nice work.
Perfect.
David.
Michael.
How are you?
So nice to finally meet you.
This week, I'm in charge of the haunted house, the Nightmare Factory. So I went to the experts. I met David, who has been doing this for years. He's done all of the biggest horror movies, and he built animatronics for the biggest haunted houses in the world.
You said you can actually make some of these things move.
Yeah, we've done a little of that.
Holy cow. So you can make skeletons move like this?
We can make anything move. That's what we're known for.
I've got the opportunity to bring in animatronics, things that'll jump out of walls. I think it's going to be pretty frightening. You really hate that dress, don't you?
You know what I dig about this place, better than the old place?
What's that?
Is, you know, like that claustrophobic kind of prison-like feeling you got in the old dorm?
I know, but now they've got all this open space. They can see one another. They poke the head out the room. They can see them all the way down here.
What are you doing? I said that ladder, you bonehead. So this is actually the wall treatment. It's going to be acting as two headboards because the beds will come out this way.
This is awesome.
So we're trying to recycle these milk crates and turn it into the school chandelier, right? So I've designed this chandelier out of old milk crates for the main area in the dorm, but it'll actually also be a doorbell. The minute somebody hits their doorbell, the lights are going to blink on and off. The kids are going to know someone's at the door. So not only does it look good, but it actually serves a great function. I can't wait to see what it looks like in the room. So one thing's for sure, we want this Nightmare Factory to be as scary as humanly possible. So we brought in an expert, somebody who knows a lot about horror. It's musician, horror movie director, Rob Zombie is here.
Nice to see you.
You've probably heard, we're sort of working on a haunted house.
I heard you need to make it a little bit freakier, perhaps?
Yeah.
When I heard that there was a school for the blind that had closed, I thought, how horrible is that? So when I heard about this school, that could possibly happen, and there was some way to help out that was right up my alley, it was a good opportunity to pitch in and help the school. Put lights in the eyes. Maybe cut these out a little bit just so it doesn't look so flat. Doing haunted houses, I've done them for, major theme parks. There's nothing better than scaring people physically and seeing them scream right in front of you. Even with a movie, you don't get that because you're not there when it's happening, but doing it live is the best. Are any of these guys animatronic here?
These guys are having a tug of war with her. Okay. And this guy's cracking up about it. This is biology class. So this is they're dissecting
each other.
Now this is a room I'm thinking maybe you can kind of take over. It's a zombie prom.
Seems like we should put a couple live couples mixed in here.
Absolutely.
Because if they just kind of blend in, then they can jump out.
Yeah, so they're like slow dancing and then
Whatever the walls were, if you had the person stand there and you painted the suits to match the wall, they can basically hide right in front of the person. You're walking and this person's right there in front of you.
He came up with things I never would have thought of, and it was just a great collaboration. This place is going to be amazing.
I just want to slip this in your ear and see how it feels, if it feels okay.
Gonna get these on. You ready?
Bill Austin from the Starkey Hearing Foundation up in Minnesota. He's taken these students, their families, to get them all fitted with state-of-the-art hearing aids. And some of these kids will be able to hear for the first time. And that is just like, that's mind-blowing. Hello, kids!
Hi, guys!
So, Bill, what's happening right now there?
Well, we're just putting the aids on. They're on mute. These are the new super high-tech hearing aids.
We have someone very special who wanted to share in the experience. Take a look behind you, and you will see our special guest, Marley Madeline! All right!
You know, Ty, thanks to all the crew at Extreme Makeover Home Edition and to everybody here at Starkey, especially Bill Austin, to make this day possible. You guys are all rock stars. When I heard what the episode was going to be about, and it was the Oregon School for the Deaf, it had to do with the kids getting hearing aids, I said, you know what, I'm there. I'm there. It was a no-brainer for me.
Sound is on. Here comes sound right now. Can you hear good?
When Bill gave me the hearing aids, I was really shocked. I felt a little bit free. I was inspired, because I could hear.
We'll teach you all about it, so you'll go home being real confident with your hearing aid. It takes time for the sound to come in and the brain to recognize what it's hearing, but he'll get it. He'll train to it. Lucas, I love you.
When I put on my hearing aid, I heard my mom say, I love you. I mean, it was working. I could hear it. It was a surreal experience.
I've built a lot of houses and I've changed a lot of lives, but I've never seen anybody here for the first time. To hear your mom, your dad say, I love you and I'm proud of you,
to hear that is just, it's pretty awesome.
You will discover some sounds that you've never heard of.
Right.
The first time I had hearings coming out of here, I heard birds. I mean, what's that? What's that? What's that? It was birds.
I grew up in a hearing mainstream school. I never really understood the people that I was talking with there. I felt isolated. When I got my new hearing aids, I could hear a lot more. It felt good. It felt right.
So I want to give you a bird's eye view of OSD. Check it out. Now, right over here, that's the old dorm. Underneath that is where I'm working on my haunted house. Right over here is the new dorm. And also, it's green. You see the solar panels on the roof, the live roof over there. This is just the beginning.
We're on top of the dorms right now. We're trying to be as green as possible. Well, this will sustain itself for years and years and years. It'll produce oxygen. It'll help keep it insulated down below. And, you know, all the way around, it's good for the kids, and that's what's important.
What's so great about this is that once we get this all plugged in, we crank up the music, this whole thing is going to vibrate. So this week, one of the big projects I was working on for the main area in the dorm is a thing I'm calling the boombox. And what's great about these kids is they actually love to turn up the music because they can feel the vibrations. So I put in these gigantic subwoofers so that they can feel the bass vibrate everywhere.
Each of the rooms we're doing is recycled materials. So we've got paper, plastic, metal, and wood. And I've got paper. So recycled cardboard fits in the paper theme. I'm going to make the bed out of these.
You're going to make a cardboard bed.
Cardboard bed, yes.
Interesting.
Happy Halloween.
Love it. So I'm sure you're wondering why you're wearing these incredibly attractive outfits. This hallway's painted all black. Then we're going to paint the hallway with UV paint so it glows in the dark and paint the same pattern on you guys. So just as someone's walking, you can step right in front of them. It'll look like the wall just jumped at them. I bet doing this seemed like a great idea this morning when you woke up. Yeah, I think it's starting to work.
You guys ready? Yes.
Here we go.
Ready? I'm excited.
The Oregon School for the Deaf is a resident school, and we want to make the dorms feel like home. So Johnny and I invited some of the moms down to Sears with us to help pick out bedding and just make them feel a little bit more at home.
No one knows how to make a bed better than Mom, and no one knows what the kids like
Better than Mom.
And no one's got a better selection of bedding than Sears. The pillows, comforters, blankets, sheets. What about this? This is Coexist by Canon. It's their new dorm line.
Oh, that's kind of cool because it's black.
Oh, that is cool. And it's for dorms?
And it's for dorms.
Let's try it.
Come on, keep piling up. Okay. I'm so excited. I'm exhausted.
Well, here, I think you need some more pillows.
Oh, sure. Bring it on. Right there. Get that spot right there. No, it's you right here, you numbskull. Ah! Okay, we're going over to the left.
We're going to position these coffins in the actual line. So as you're waiting to get into the Nightmare Factory, now they've got this photo opportunity, and this is one of the first nightmares you'll come across.
You know why they put a fence around a cemetery?
No, why?
People are just dying to get in.
Rest in peace.
Let's get it as flush as possible.
Okay, we got this one, 1, 2, 3. We've still got 2 more to come down here and 1 over there in the other blue one.
That actually looks pretty good. Yeah, there you go.
Let's move in some furniture!
All right. It's gonna take a while.
Beautiful chair, beautiful chair.
I had all my zombie friends come over to help us with the furniture move-in, and some of the things you need to really pay attention when you're working with zombies, well, one is that they don't know their own strength. And 2, they can really make a mess. And 3, they tend to eat people.
Coming up.
Bus driver! Move that
bus! And later.
I'm going to have nightmares in succession often because of that. There were so many people who cared about OSD. And we have kind of a small, quiet school. I've never seen a campus like that. There were so many people just crawling all over. And that was amazing.
What's behind this school bus right here is the first step in giving these boys a place where they can finally learn and grow in a healthy environment.
I'm so excited. I'm like, hurry up, let's move the bus!
When the bus moved, I saw the new dorm. It was nice. Compared to the old dorm, it was amazing. It doesn't look like a prison. I can't believe that this is going to be our new home. It looks like a piece of art.
If you guys love the new dorm, please give a big hug to our builder this week, Rich Duncan and his whole team from Rich Duncan Construction.
You know, when we first looked at the project, the dorms had the feeling that you were in an institution. Kind of twisted me up to think that these kids were staying here. And so when we look at the new building and to see their excitement on their face, I'm proud to be able to do what we did for these guys.
I've been waiting to say this all week. Oregon School for the Deaf, go check out your new dorm.
The old dormitory wasn't built with deaf children in mind. It was a place to institutionalize kids that were deaf. This new dorm, it was built with their needs in mind. There are no walls blocking anything, and it allows clear and free communication for anyone there.
So guys, what do you think? So as you look around, you'll see a lot of the stuff in here has actually been reused and repurposed and recycled. The old lockers are now gray storage in the kitchen and elsewhere. Chandelier I designed out of milk crates. This chandelier is not only a light, but when you ring the doorbell, it actually blinks the light so that you know someone is outside. So you've also got what they call a Sorensen phone. This machine allows you to communicate not only through sign, but also allows you to communicate with people who don't know sign. There is an interpreter that signs back to the person sitting here. See, there's your interpreter.
Hi, this is Miles. This is Ty from Extreme Home Makeover. How you doing? I really encourage the hearing parents to video phone their kid every night that is the perfect place, a little bit private, so they can have that moment with their parents and bond. It's a perfect place.
Also designed over here in the living room, the boom box. The speakers in there, you can crank up really loud and you can feel the vibration. All right, you guys want to see what this thing can do? Yeah!
I believe music is pretty important to the deaf community. Deaf like to feel the music. They like to feel the vibrations in their soul. Everyone started dancing. Everyone was laughing. We were all having a good time. I loved it, you know? And I could feel the vibrations of the walls and the speakers, and it was awesome.
You guys want to see some more dorms? Well, go check out the rest of your
Wow. Oh, it's perfect.
I'm very proud to have a room that's recycled. It's environmentally friendly, so it's nice to reuse everything. It's the perfect fit.
Chains. I just saw an awesome whole new dorm that was made 100% green. It felt really like home to me.
Hi! Did you get the door bell?
Yeah.
I see bell. Yeah,
Wow,
it's the
that's
light.
so fancy.
We wanted to make this feel more like home for you guys. We actually brought your mom down to Sears with us, and she helped pick out the bedding and pick out the pillows and pick out everything so it would make you feel at home.
I can be much more independent and have more freedom to be myself, and same with the other kids. I'm so excited to move into the dorm. I'm rearing and ready to go.
We've only seen half of it. I mean, there's still the haunted house to see. Would you guys like to check out the new Nightmare Factory? Well, come with me because you're getting a sneak peek. Come on.
If you feel alive enough to help out, go to abettercommunity.com. Really?
Would you guys like to check out the new Nightmare Factory? Michael has been very busy this week working on the haunted house, but he's also had a little bit of help from our very special guest this week. I'm talking about horror movie director Rob Zombie.
Having Rob Zombie, this famous Hollywood director, come to OSD and help us out was really cool. It's something I could have never imagined. Seriously, all of our jaws just dropped.
So, Rob, what do you think of the place so far?
The place is amazing. So if you don't like scary, don't go in. It's gonna freak you out.
Well, if you guys are ready, let's open this thing up.
Yeah, let's let these guys get in.
Holy Toledo.
This is while people are waiting in line. They can actually go behind this, wait 1 second. Oh!
It's amazing.
Turned out pretty
That's
cool, huh?
beautiful. That's beautiful. Look at this thing.
We did our job, man.
Get out quickly. He's gone insane.
Each one of these doors represents a different nightmare.
The Nightmare Factory now is fully themed. You enter Ghoul School. It's the best thing you'll ever see. The new Nightmare Factory means that we will be able to continue funding the things the kids need, the teachers need. I keep pinching myself, thinking this is a dream.
You know, every school has to have a prom, right? So here you have your
Zombie prom.
Zombie prom. This is Rob's baby right here.
Wow. This was the room I really got to spend some time on, and I wanted to be special.
If you ever had a prom, it would look just like this. Awesome. Come on. Want to see you guys. This is where everyone will come and pick up their photo at the end. Just another place for you guys to raise money for your school. Now, this is pretty cool, right? You guys loving it?
I can't wait to see it.
Well, let's scare people. Let's go get made up, get our costumes on, and let's get the factory open. Once everybody had seen the Nightmare Factory, it's time to open the doors. So we put the students into the makeup room, got their wardrobe and costumes on. It's a beautiful thing to see those kids in there because they're so into it, and they become these characters, and they can't wait for who's around that corner. It's time to scare the general public.
Bring them on! This decrepit factory was intended to rid the town's children of nightmares. And it worked at first. Soon the nightmares began seeping through the cracks and into the far reaches of the good doctor's mind.
For some refreshment.
My plan is working!
I'm going to have nightmares in succession often because of that.
Miles, just this really wonderful, sweet kid. And all of a sudden, he's this zombie football player. It's just awesome.
I just scream, and you get kind of like, you don't even want to move, and you kind of go, and then, it was great. I loved it.
Ah, here they come.
How was it? Awesome. Fantastic.
Charlotte, what do you think this is going to mean for the kids at the school?
This is truly amazing. You have ensured that the school will never close, and so you have saved our school. Thank you.
Well, I guess there's just one thing left to say. Welcome home, Oregon School for the Deaf!
This year's Nightmare Factory already tripled last year's attendance, and we're still counting.
School needs some conditioner. Oh, you got it, Okay, one more time. Ah, you got me again. I love the pigtails, totally cute. It's not that heavy. Maybe you should try working out. You look like you're half dead. So the bartender says, ready for this? No, she's my sister. At least somebody gets my sense of humor.